Hi, it's Chickenbone John here, and I just want to talk a little bit about the amp that I normally use for sort of stage work. What this is, it's a solid state Session BluesBaby. It's put into a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe cabinet. It's a single channel 22 watt solid state amp. It's on about the middle setting. Now I'll just talk a little about this, how I change things on the amp and how I use it for live work. It's fairly simple. You've just got one input, a volume, treble, bass and middle. They're the tone controls. It's a bit weird that it's in that arrangement. Then there's a master and a reverb. So there's no effects other than the reverb. And you can hear that. You should be able to hear that if I turn the reverb off. Okay, that's it without the reverb. And then I can add a little bit in. It just makes it a little bit lively. It will go all the way up to, these go to 11. That's quite a big reverb. Oh, actually, no, these go to 12. So it's a proper spring reverb, it's not a digital reverb. So it does sound great. Now the controls on here, as you can see, I've got the volume at about 4. I've wound down the treble a bit. Now this is, and here's the master also on, I think that's on about 5. Now this is how this works. There's a single channel, you can't switch, you've just got the one sound all the time. But what you can do, the volume will control how much distortion it's got. So the lower the setting is, the cleaner it is. And the master controls the actual sound level, how loud it is. So let's just, what we'll do is, if we wind the volume down, we lose a little bit of volume, so we can bring the master up. So that's quite a clean sound. Now, if we put the volume to midway, I'm going to have to turn the master down a wee bit, so it's not deafeningly loud. You can hear that drive now. Then we can get more extreme. If we wind the volume all the way up, you can hear it is beginning to feed back because I'm so close to the amplifier. That's as distorted as this amp will go. So that's the tonal range of this amplifier. We're back into that sort of cleaner setting. I tend to use that as my bass sound. Think about the overall sound about this amplifier. It's got a 12-inch speaker. It's only 22 watts, not hugely powerful, but that's pretty much powerful enough for any stage use you want to that you're going to want to do. So yes, it's a 10-inch eminence speaker, so it's got plenty of poke. So that's the range of sounds I can get out of that amp. But for when I play live, I tend to go from fairly clean to a more distorted sound. So I can do that by altering the amp. But rather than doing that, having to tinker around with all this stuff while I'm live, I tend to use a pedal to give me a little bit more lift, and I'll just explain about that. Here's the pedal board that I've recently put together. I did have a much bigger pedal board where I had a volume, I had wah, I think I had a chorus, I had a bigger looper pedal, but I found I really didn't need it all. So I stripped it all down. So this is what I'm left with. Here we've got the input from the guitar. Here's the output to the amp. Here's the power supply coming in to that transformer equipped power supply. What have we got? We've got a tuner, a tremolo pedal, because this amplifier I'm using doesn't have tremolo. I've got a twin boost, and then I've got a very simple looper and a control switch. So the tuner's handy because if I press that, it mutes the guitar, okay? And then when I'm happy with that, I press it, get the sound back. So the other effects I've got on here, sorry, it's quite an expensive tremolo pedal. It's a Dynatron. Blue light comes on when it's working. Gives me that lovely pulsating. Because I'm just running a one-channel amp, and I've got it set at this pretty clean sound. You can hear there's a little bit of bark if you hit it hard. But what I can do with this is a twin boost, so it enables me to actually get 4 different sounds. I've got my clean sound. I can just make it a little bit louder. It doesn't really colour it too much. If I was playing that hard, it might overdrive the amp a little bit, but it just lifts the overall volume. Then if I want some more overdrive above, I can kick in the drive. If I want even more, I can kick in the boost as well. So I've got 4 different sounds. The natural sound of the amp, the clean boosted sound, the overdriven sound, and the overdriven boosted sound. So I had, I think it was a Digitech Jam Man, which was so complicated. It did a lot and it stopped working, so that was a bit of a waste of time. So I've got the simplest looper. I'm not very good with technology. And it's also got this controller switch, which makes live use a bit easier. We get a rhythm going. And you can see on the dial, you can see the length of the loop I've got going there. I can set the volume in the mix, and then I can play over the top. To stop, I just press the tap. There, it's stopped. I can restart the rhythm. I want a bit of effect in it. Okay, and then if I want to clear that, I hold that down, and we're back to square one. It's a great practice aid, I think, the loop station. But you know, if you're here we go. That's not too bad. I can add on top of that. Holding down gets rid of that overdub, so I'm not doing that too much with the pedals. This is great. I did have a single, and I still have got a single overdrive. I've got a Boss overdrive. I think it's called a Blues Driver, which just gives you a single lift, which is very handy. But I find this double drive very, very useful. They're about 100 quid, so not cheap, but it's a quality piece of kit. As I say, I did have an effects board with loads of stuff. I didn't use the volume, I didn't use the wah, I didn't really want to use the chorus. I'd got an acoustic preamp on it, all sorts of stuff, an A/B splitter. I really didn't need all that. So that's a little bit of the pedals that I use, and I say not much. The trem and the drive is really just to add some variation to my live work, so I can play from this fairly clean sound and get a little bit more drive when I want it, or just a little bit more boost. Got that little bit of trem. So yeah, so I run it, as I say, basically run it with that basic sound, bit of warmth, little bit of drive in it. It's got a little bit of drive, not too much. I think there might be a bit too much reverb on that. So that's what I build with. Nothing, no, so I don't rely on the pedals. You know, a lot of people will have this sort of sound on all the time. That's not how I do a live set, but maybe the way some people do a live set if you want a lot of drive all the time. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.